looks happy here, just imagine how happy Qatar is. The football world was stunned this past week when FC Barcelona announced they'd be losing their greatest ever player. And just a couple of days later, Messi was announced by PSG to play next to Neymar, Mbappé, Sergio Ramos, and so many other superstars. In fact, PSG's lineup for next season is mouth-watering. Using them in FIFA sounds like it would be cheating. But not all the news about Messi joining is good news. This week on Dustin's Case, we're looking at the dark side of Messi joining PSG. On a free. Check and mate.
The signing of Messi becomes full circle because in terms of clubs that have been at the heart of Qatar's strategy of establishing itself as a major footballing power in the advance of Qatar 2022 kickoff and just being a part of elite football, Barcelona and PSG have been at the heart of that strategy from the start.
Failed to do it, it would honestly be a massive disappointment to fans and club alike. And the fanfare around Messi is mad in Paris right now, with hundreds of fans waiting for him outside the airport. In fact, PSG is expected to massively benefit on the pitch and off. Remember Ronaldo's transfer from Real to Juventus? Juve was able to renegotiate with a lot of sponsors, sell a ton of jerseys, and you can see the line outside the PSG shop right now on the Champs-Élysées, and additionally, massively grow their social media presence. All that glitters is not gold. Because below this amazing sporting development is a more nefarious project.
If you look at the start of Messi's career, at that time, so around 2004, Barcelona didn't really have a sponsor on their shirts. Soon after that, they had UNICEF, which was a global charity, and then I think you can see how you can kind of see the step approach of Qatar's strategy was positioning itself within the footballing elite. So the next step was to have Qatar Foundation, again, a philanthropic step on the front of Barcelona's shirts, and that became Qatar Airways. Barcelona was a big part of Qatar's branding as well. Barcelona was often kind of PR tool which could be deployed when there was serious scrutiny. While there are allegations of human rights abuses being perpetrated against migrant workers in Qatar, at the same time you had Barcelona getting out for kind of entertaining, just kind of presenting a counter-narrative to what is the reality on the ground for the majority of the population. 90% of Qatar's population are migrant workers. 2011, that's when the state of Qatar purchased PSG. And so I think, like I said, those have been the two main, one of the main human rights issues. And I think it's worth emphasizing it's not the only one. But obviously one of the main ones is migrant workers and the treatment of migrant workers in Qatar and the wider region as well. Because migrant workers in the GCC, the Gulf Cooperation Council, account for more than half of the population. In Qatar, that accounts for more than 90%.
We've done shows on this before. Now, according to The Guardian, 6,500 workers have died in Qatar over the last 10 years. And you can check out some of the videos we've done on sports washing or why the 2022 Qatar World Cup is a disgrace. But ever since Qatar was awarded the World Cup by buying PSG, they've done that by making connections in French politics. And now they've done that by signing one of the greatest players of all time. And now listen, there have been attempts at changes in labor laws in Qatar. Some people will be saying that. And there has been some progress. But we have a big question here. Is it enough?
So in November 2020, the law was changed to allow workers to change jobs without needing the permission of their worker, essentially of their employer. So, but just look at the timeline of that. 90% of the World Cup construction had been done by them. And in that time, PSG had won like 7 titles or something. So between the period that the sports investment arm had taken over PSG and that reform, the sporting strategy has taken priority, is what I'd say. And there's been an urgency and a forcefulness about that, whereas the labour reforms have been much slower in their progress, and enforcement is still a major issue. Just a few months after that reform was passed, you had the Shura Council suggesting that they wanted to reverse those changes. And also just last month, there was a report by the Business and Human Rights Resource Centre specifically looking at the hospitality industry, which is a major issue for the World Cup. And what that report showed was that actually when it comes to the hospitality industry, the hotels where players and fans, where they'll be staying for the World Cup, that industry in particular is making very little progress on rooting out forced labour. And what it showed as well was that the most recent reform is not being respected by a lot of employers. There have been significant steps, and it's worth noting because they should be replicated in other countries as well, definitely, and because they need to be built on. But the point is now, the footballing PR strategy is now attached to trying to present an image of just like linear progress and everything being fine for migrant workers now, which is a distortion of history and is also a disservice to the situation for migrant workers.
We're excited about Messi's move to PSG. That's okay. I mean, seeing him next to Mbappé, Neymar, and all the others, it's truly an exciting prospect. but don't let it take away from a focus on still fighting for the rights of other people. I live in Paris, and honestly, I'm excited to see Messi play this season in my city.
New career at PSG will still require a lot of scrutiny about how these reforms are being implemented. What we now risk is the fact that this sporting juggernaut of PR wants to oversell the scale, and like I said, that's just a real disservice to two migrant workers who continue to suffer situations like non-payment of wages, having their passports confiscated, not being able to change to a new employer. They also live under the threat that their employer can report them to the police as a quote runaway or absconder, and that they can become irregular, become detained, have to pay fines to get out of that situation. So the situation in my life is still perilous. It's not the kind of linear progress narrative that the sporting world, FIFA and PSG want to sell us. And I think that's what's going to be a test, essentially, for this new era of Leo Messi's career. Like, is he going to be attached with, is he going to be